Hi, welcome to Point Made, a comedy and news site where we take various topics, string them together to make a point. Simple. And today we examine how
sometimes they even make sense.
And today we examine how Brandon Lee and Rapid Fire became the last brave movie to come out of Hollywood, because it's the only one I can think of that has taken a stand against China, at least since the 1990s. But first...
Well, I can't think of a more tragic family than the Lee family, except for maybe the Point Made family, because I've been looking for subscribers for a while. So what you guys can do to help us out, like, share, subscribe, but also follow us on Rumble. We're also on Parler. And I guess he's doing some Clapper videos. I know what you're thinking, it's not an STD, it's actually a website, kind of app.
And YouTube. And subscribe, like us, love us, and alms for the poor. Okay, we live in a scary world where mysterious happenings and shocking levels of intrigue occur.
How shocking? You'd be surprised.
Fang. We'll stick our fangs in you. I think it's Fawn.
I think it was Street Fighter 2 Turbo was where I saw Fang. Is that actually where I saw her? And maybe she's in Cyberpunk. I'll look tonight. Maybe I'll find her.
And a pandemic has kept us indoors, but we used to be braver. And if you want proof, it's not hard to find. Look at films like Red Dawn, Rocky IV. We had an enemy, the Soviet Union, that had 6,000 nukes pointed at us. Mutually assured destruction, guaranteed. And we made films mocking them. Probably not the best strategy looking.
It seemed to be a fairly good strategy. To be fair, nothing happened.
Usually they tell you not to poke the bear. We just kept poking.
Today you go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and China's annexed your pool. So, I think maybe we're at a worse position now than we were before.
You go outside of your pool, it's covered, and they just say it's an artificial island.
They went out there like cooking orange chicken, right? It's like, what happened? What happened to this place? I don't know.
Well, that time has ended, obviously. And that bravery is gone. But I can pinpoint the year that we stopped being brave and Hollywood gave up. And it was a 1992 action film, Rapid Fire. Look at all the examples where media, Hollywood, sports bow down to China. You remember Doctor Strange? They got rid of the Tibetan...
Oh, yeah. Well, that one, the Mulan movie more recently, they changed it a little bit because it made the Chinese government look bad in some fashion. I don't know how.
Yeah, it was filmed in, the Uyghur territory.
You wouldn't see them past the internment camps, I guess, would you? I feel like if China's government has control over you as the entertainment industry, we've kind of lost the battle at this point. It's time to maybe, circle the wagons and stop this process. Because you know what? I'm going to let him cover what he's going to have next, because I have no idea what you got next.
Oh, yeah. So Brandon Lee, who would die tragically in 1994 during the shooting of The Crow. Maybe there's a conspiracy there. Maybe. In 1992's Rapid Fire.
I first saw Brandon Lee playing with Dolph Lundgren, actually. And I can't remember the name of this movie.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah, it was that one, yeah.
Yeah. Dolph Lundgren. He plays an American raised in Japan and is grown up believing in the samurai code. He even has that famous samurai sword fight scene for the guy who would play...
Look, normally I would make fun of Dolph Lundgren, but I hear he's pretty smart as well as pretty big, so I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is I watched that film and I was like, if that man's ever held a samurai sword, I will be surprised.
I recently saw that movie. So,
recently saw that movie?
Yeah.
Me and my sisters watch that movie all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I think it may be because we only had a few VHS tapes. That was one of them.
Yeah, but we're not talking about a showdown.
And Tremors. Another good film.
We're not talking about a showdown in Little Tokyo. We're talking about the movie that came out a year later. Brandon Lee stars a character whose family has died in Tiananmen Square. Could you imagine a film depicting Tiananmen Square? Them crushing they didn't even show
You're talking to a man who watched Hotel Rwanda. I can imagine a lot of movies depicting a lot of horrible things.
but nothing coming out of China. What happened to the Hong Kong protests? Are they still protesting?
I don't know, man. I mean,
Is anybody covering that?
I'm starting to feel like the Chinese are at the mercies of the evil Tibetan government. If I'm to believe the Chinese propaganda.
So I don't know if we can retroactively give anybody the Medal of Freedom, but Brandon Lee deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, if we can give Barack a medal basically for being black, why not Brandon Lee for being half Chinese?
He did play a Japanese guy.
He did, but I mean,
in Showdown in Little Tokyo.
We weren't very culturally sensitive back then. We're like, you're Asian enough. We can squeeze you in.
Yeah, so
Which is ironically enough what Fang Fang told Swalwell. She's Asian enough.
But the reason I called it brave is because if you look at the recent films like Hillbilly Elegy, which the critics panned, Hollywood...
They destroyed that movie, and I didn't think it was bad.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, look, there are stereotypes for just any kind of person, and people from the Appalachian area, they're not known for being the brightest or being the most law-abiding. So it was actually a good movie, kind of pointing to the negative stereotypes of people from that area and how you can actually overcome adversity and actually succeed. But that wasn't the way Hollywood saw it.
How did they say it?
I mean, well, they just lambasted the whole thing. I mean, I can't remember the exact quote. I mean, you obviously looked at it. I listened to it last night, and I've forgotten the quote. So, I'm going to edit this part out. Probably.
It's fine. Point made. So we're going to get to...
I got it. Sorry. Man, thank God this thing works sometimes. They basically were saying that the movie was trying to take... try to forgive the government for basically how they keep down certain peoples, and how when you say things like you can make something of yourself despite your circumstances, you're actually making light of their circumstances, meaning that who are you to say that you can do better for yourself coming from Chicago in the ghetto or whatever? You know, the government owes you to help you as opposed to you helping yourself. And so they just bashed it for things like that.
Wow. Well, if China held on to stuff like this, they'd still be recovering from the opium wars that put enforce down their throat.
Yeah, so are we point mating this? Did we have
Point made.
Point made.
So right now we're going to be reading off a comment.
Am I?
From our Rumble.
Oh God, here we go, man. This is the first time I'm seeing this comment, so if I blush or if I cry, we'll know it was. So I'm not gonna get this person's name right. Why would you put me on the spot like this? All right, Mean Janoke 21. That sounds right. I mean, if it's wrong, I apologize.
We're sorry.
Smiles tried to follow you on Parlor, but was told there was an issue. You guys have made me smile and laugh today. I am so glad to have found y'all. I will spread the word about y'all. We all need to hear the truth with a smile. Thanks. Well, not since I left Kentucky have I heard this many y'alls in a comment, but I love it because it reminds me of home.
Or seen at a Hillbilly Elegy.
I mean, I think there are a pretty good amount of y'alls there. But anyway, no, I think that's great. I mean, I'm glad we can make you laugh. I mean, we're all stuck here during these COVID times, right? We're going to look back on this whole pandemic or not. Maybe we'll be going to the next pandemic.
Yes.
COVID-20. That's
So,
next year.
Please subscribe, comment. If you follow, we will, and you want it to be known, we will read it out. And we actually have our first ever user ask for content that will be coming up soon.
Oh, well, thanks for... I'm hearing this for the first time,
So
too.
stay tuned.
Well, this is what you get for having a regular job.
Point made.